What's going on, guys? Stingnut here, and I'm going to be bringing you my PvP build that I use. Now this is similar to the PvE build I use, except some minor changes with the jewelry and stuff. So let's get right into it. First, I'm going to stack everything into Magicka, of course. And the only buff I have current right now is my pets active. I run the mage. Personally, I think I might go with the astronaut for magic recovery, but this one seems to be working pretty well for me right now. I run vampire for the undeath passive and the recovery passives that you get. Now if you stay in stage 1 vampirism, then you won't take any extra damage from fire. I'm running tri-stat food. That way I get extra stamina in case you need an extra CC break. I'm running high elf as my race. You can run Dunmer or Breton, but ideally you want to run high elf. This is going to produce the most damage and best benefit for a sorcerer, because it increases your magic recovery, your max magic, and increases your damage with flame, frost, and shock. Important PvP passives to have is mainly all these, and you're going to have to get up to 10, which really doesn't take that long anymore because they've made it much easier. This continuous attack, this is a really nice buff after taking a resource or keep. Basically anything, even in Imperial City when you take over a flag or you take over a town in Cyrodiil. This is increasing the range of long range ability, and under support we have combat medic, increasing our healing done by 20% and reducing the time that we need to resurrect another player by 30%. This is crucial when you're fighting, 10-15 people and you need to get those reds up pretty quick. As far as class passives go, you really want to be sure that you have everything, all your skill points into all your passives, especially in the Daedric summoning. We'll show you the important passives here, because we're restoring magic when our pets die. We're reducing cost of our ultimate ability, increasing our health and stamina recovery while we have a Daedric summoning ability slotted, and increasing our max health by 8% while a pet is active. For gear, on my front bar I have the Inferno Staff of Julianos. This isn't part of my current set. This is just a crafted staff sharpened with the spell damage enchant on it. Ideally I would want to run Maelstrom Inferno Staff, but I currently have not got one in a good trait. Back bar I'm running the Maelstrom's Lightning Staff. I have a poison enchant on it because even with the poison on there, you're still getting the 189 spell damage with the poison, because I'm currently not running Wall of Elements in PvP. For our 2-piece monster set, I have Infernal Guardian. This is a really nice set because whenever you're activating your ward, which you're always going to have up, it's going to lob 3 mortars at them, dealing 7,000 flame damage each. I have the Necropotent set. If you're running pet build PvE or PvP, this is a must-have set. It's very nice. Whenever you have your pet active, you're increasing your max magic by 4,000. This is a monster set, making your staffs hit hard and your pets. My small pieces in divines and my large pieces infused, all with magic enchants. Now for my 3-piece, I have willpower. A lot of people say willpower shit. It's still strong and it's very easy to get. Another thing that people say is, what about the Ancient Grace set? Because 2-piece adds 933 magic and the 3-piece adds 4% max magic. Is remove the willpower and we're going to kill our pet and see where we're sitting at in magic. So without pets and without willpower, we're sitting at 40,567 magic. The reason I'm choosing willpower over Ancient Grace is because the 2-piece adds 933 magic. So with the 2-piece active, that puts us at 41,500 magic. Next, we factor in the 840 that we get from the 3 jewelry pieces, which is the arcane. So we times 840 by 3 plus our 41,500 magic, giving us 44,020 magic. Then we factor in the 3rd piece, which is the 4% max magic. So 44,020 times the 4% gives us 1760. Adding that to the 44,000 puts us at a total of 45,780. Then you add the Necropotent's Pet That puts us at a total of 49,780. Thus, willpower gives us more magic, and the third piece of the willpower gives us the 186 spell damage. So willpower is a much greater benefit over the Ancient Grace set. So for skills on my Inferno staff bar, I have Crystal Fragments here, my Hardened Ward, Crushing Shock. The reason I'm using Crushing Shock over Force Pulse is because the Crushing Shock interrupts. You do a lot more damage, but this interrupt is really nice to summon the familiar. And I have Inner Light for the extra crit and extra magic. The reason I am not running Bound Aegis is because you can get 8% magic, but you don't get that extra critical strike chance. You have to double bar it. On this bar I have Eye of the Flame, Destro Ulti. My back bar, which is the Lightning Maelstrom staff, I have Daedric Prey. You always want to keep this active because this is going to make your pet hit much harder. Next skill on this bar is the Defensive Rune. I don't see a lot of sorcerers running this. This is a really nice skill. When you put this rune on yourself, it lasts 2.5 minutes, and whoever attacks you gets disoriented for 20 seconds. This is really nice, especially for those asshole Nightblade gankers that try to sit in stealth and gank you, because as soon as they try to ambush you, they'll hit you, but they'll be disoriented, giving you a chance to put up your ward and get ready for the fight, even though they'll probably run away and hide like little bitches. Power Surge here, this is going to give us extra spell damage and weapon damage. Critical strikes are going to heal us for 3,000 health. I'm in Volatile Familiar because we're going to have to double bar this to keep the pet active. And then I have Endless Fury here for the Execute. This is still a really strong Execute. It might not seem like it. I have Dawnbreaker Smiting. Despite being a physical ability, it still hits really hard and it stuns the enemy. If you wanted to go all out pet build, you can run the Twilight here. They've done some buffs to these so they don't go down as often, and the Twilights still hit pretty hard, especially if you use the other morph, which does more damage to enemies above 50% health. I like keeping the extra spot free because I like to play a little more aggressive and use Crushing Shock. Now for champion points, I stack 100 into Magician, 78 into Arcanist, and I put 22 into Tumbling because you're getting stunned a lot, and this really does help out a lot. I put 100 into Elemental Expert, 48 Elfborn, and 35 into Spell Erosion. 17 into Thaumaturge. This is going to make the Destro ulti hit higher, plus your Scamp's Pulsing. Put 42 Hardy, 53 Elemental Defender, and 5 into Thick Skin, and 100 into Bastion to make those shields really strong. Now the reason I don't run N-Pin or put any points into Resistance is because you can't crit shield and you're always going to have your ward up. If you want to play it safe and put some here in case your wards go down, completely up to you. Lastly, if you wanted to do a little more survivability, these are just some flexible skill spots. You can take out Endless Fury and make your back bar a restoration bar, and then you can put the healing ward on there, the steadfast ward. This goes to you or an ally, but when you morph it you can change it to go all the way to you. Alright guys, I think that pretty much sums it up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this informative, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.